You done got signed. How does it feel?
It feels refreshing, honestly, to have that like push from a label, and to even have these people that believe in me. Because even like the guy, like some of the other artists on the label, like they really fuck with me, and they know I have talent, and they're down to do songs with me. And I feel like it takes a really secure man in their sexuality to be okay with doing this song.
Big facts. You right about that. You right about that, man. We live on the back streets, man, with your girl Cole, man. We got my homie, man. One of my other homies that I did interviews, connected with, shout them all out. We got Third Coast, baby. Am I saying this shit right? Though I'm gonna fuck up TCBE in the building.
Yes, TCBE.
In the building, man. Just freshly signed, man. Welcome to the back streets. Let the world know who you is, where you from, and what you got coming if you don't mind.
Hi, I'm Mijo Blanco, freshly signed with TCBE. Third Coast Baby Entertainment. Shout out to my manager Chris. Shout out to Ice and Slim. Shout out to the rest of the team.
Okay.
I'm just ready to get it popping.
Okay. You've been doing music, you was telling me off camera, but to the streets and to the people that's watching who don't know, let the world know how long you've been doing music and what got you into it.
So I started writing, I guess, rhymes and raps whenever I was probably like 14, 15 maybe, back in 2011.
Okay.
The first like ever beat, this is how throwback it is, the first beat I ever like wrote to was Mercy.
Oh wow. You went back with that one.
Yeah, so it was I've been rapping for a really long time. A lot of my close friends know how passionate I am. But back then I wasn't out yet. And I don't think the game was ready for out artists at the time.
Just staying right there, do you think 2020 going into 2021 is the game ready for an LGBT artist, somebody, a part of that community that's a male? I know we did get a female with Young M.A., and we do get a lot of male fashion designers, hairdressers, but as far as rapping, singing, in front of the camera openly, do you think it's time?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's past time. I think it's overdue. You know what I mean? The thing with us is we can always add a little extra razzle-dazzle to anything, you know what I mean? So, I think it's accepting, obviously there's gonna be some people that, feel a type of way about it, but, at the end of the day,
it is what it is.
It is what it is, and it comes with the territory. It doesn't take away from the fact that I have talent, you know what I mean?
I feel that. How did you get your name?
So, Mijo Blanco, so Mijo is like a term of endearment in Hispanic culture.
Okay.
So basically it just means like baby boy.
Okay.
And I always thought that was like really cute. I never really heard another person like really go by that as their name. And then Blanco, well, so one thing about me, I love tequila, especially tequila Blanco.
Okay, tequila Blanco.
That's the one.
I might take a shot with y'all.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Man, I gotta get some shot glasses, man. He brought the good shit. That's the shit that's gonna have you fucked up. I'm gonna get some 2 cups real quick. The camera is still rolling.
Right.
Anybody that's a backstreet.
Come on, friend.
I'm a stoner, not a drinker. I don't condone alcohol.
Megan pulls up with the Douce.
Okay.
And I pull up with
what?
The Blanco, the tequila Blanco.
Okay.
She pulls up with the cognac. I pull up with the tequila. And that's just what we do.
Pray for me, y'all.
You got it, friend.
Pray for cheers, man.
Thank you for having me. Woo! That wasn't that bad.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. But how you get your name? Appreciate the shot. How did you get your name?
So yeah, Mijo comes from, it's just a term of endearment in Hispanic culture. And then Blanco, I used to be really obsessed with Griselda Blanco back in the day.
Okay, godmother RP, man. Legend.
Shout out to her. But also, I'm biracial. I'm Mexican and white.
Okay.
So it was like Mijo, boy, Blanco, white. So Blanco is white in Spanish. So it was just me.
I feel that being biracial with being Mexican, is it Mexican?
Yes.
Okay, Mexican, and you said white. how does it feel to see us the surge of the Hispanic rappers finally coming out as far as getting they shine and getting they just do? You know, being so long, we fought for you guys to, you know, you guys are harder than, you know, some of us and vice versa. So how does it feel to finally see examples of you guys on the screen and you guys doing your thing?
Yeah, I think it's really dope, especially shout out to like Bad Bunny. He's really dope with it, and he's also, I don't think he's an ally to the LGBTQ community. You know, he'll be out there rapping in full on drag. I think that's so dope, and that's the reason why, you know, the game is ready for gay hip hop artists. You know what I mean?
I feel that. I feel that. Who did you grow up listening to? Like, who was some of your influences music wise?
You know, being from Houston,
Okay.
I didn't really have to look, and also being from Houston and also growing up in the era of hip hop that I did grow up in, I didn't really have to look too far for my inspirations.
Okay.
So, I mean, the first rap song I ever heard that I was like, yo, this is dope, like, I want to do this was Zero, Must Be Done.
Okay.
I was a shorty when I heard that. I was like, I think I was like 8? 8 or 9 when that came out, but I heard it and I was just like, well, this is dope. Like, in like 30 minutes, I had the whole song memorized. I really grew up listening to Scarface.
Legend. You name a legend.
Living legend.
You name legend. Mijo Blanco. I hope I'm not fucking it up. If I am, please forgive me. What are you bringing different to not just the city, but to the industry that we ain't never saw?
I guess with me is that I don't want to just be a rapper. I want to just be an artist. I want to be a brander. I want to do things outside of music. My music isn't going to be the same. And it's probably not going to be for everybody. It's not, you know, my thing is, you know, I grew up on the south side of Houston, but, you know, I don't know about that hood life.
Right.
I never got involved in that gang stuff, so I'm not going to rap about that because I don't know about that.
Right.
So my music is going to be more about what I've gone through in life and, you know, what I know. And hopefully, you know, it resonates to other people.
Got you. I feel that. Drop some advice for the artists that's watching.
I would say be yourself. You know, you never want to come off as being inauthentic. Like, I know for me, like, my biggest inspirations are gonna be like Wayne. Big. Obviously Nicki, you know, shout out to the Queen. Kendrick, Eminem, so it's like I want to make like a big gumbo soup of all of them, but I never want to emulate one exact.
Nobody else.
I want to put my own spin on it. So.
Can't do no perspective. Do you have a dream collab with anybody in the world that you want to work with?
Honestly, if I did a song with Erykah Badu, that would be like insane. And that's like more, and that's more about my vibe. Like I would be rapping more to like vibe music,
laid back, I feel that. Where does your passion come from? Where do you get the energy?
My passion from it honestly comes from, so when I was younger, I knew I was always different, like being gay and stuff, from a very young age. Like I used to play with Barbies when I was little. So I always knew I was different, and I was never allowed to like I never got invited to a sleepover growing up. I never was allowed to play sports because they didn't want me to play sports, you know what I mean?
Wow. So
I guess my passion from it comes from I know that rapping is a male dominated industry. You want to know something? I feel like it's dudes who would, if they feel some type of way, it's because they're not secure in themselves. And they need to step their dick game up, they need to step their bars up, they need to step it up because all the dudes on my label, they're cool with me being gay. They're cool with me being on the track. If they watch me, it happens. If I watch them on the track, it happens. But I mean, if you got a problem being gay, then
and I think it's a stigma, like I say, I've been gay a long ass time.
Yeah.
So I done deal with all type of bullshit, backlash, not only from strangers, family. You know how this shit goes, especially with black people, they strictly about the church. Everybody, you know, entitled to how they feel and their beliefs. Overcome some challenges that you face that you can share with not only me, but to my LGBT viewers also.
Ooh, good one. So I remember when I came out to my parents, They weren't accepting at first.
Okay.
And it wasn't so, they weren't so accepting in the fact that it was, they didn't want to believe it. It was the fact that I have an older sister and she happens to be gay as well. So when I came out, it was just like, damn, another one, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
He said, damn, okay, I feel that. So how did you overcome? I guess they just fucking around and came around. They had to come around.
They came around and they realized that, you know, even before I came out, I was always...
The George Floyd situation.
It's tragic. I stand with the Black Lives Matter movement.
Okay.
It's sick what happened. I actually was out there on
downtown.
Yeah. I was in the trenches that day.
Okay, yeah, that was
it was
to be a part of that shit is still like, damn, we was all out there, you know, marching for something and protesting for something better, such as, you know, police brutality, harassment. You know, we study getting gunned down by the laws. It's just, you know, it's one of them things, man. What do you see Houston rap culture in the next 3 to 4 years?
Honestly, I think Houston rap culture is really... I think Houston is honestly underrated as far as like... You know, people always talk about the East Coast and the West Coast, but I feel like Houston's been making noise for a while. Like even before, you know, like Travis Scott and Megan Thee Stallion.
Facts.
Like
facts.
First of all, we have Beyonce. That's one.
Right.
That's one. But it started. But didn't Houston? I mean, it started in the late '80s with the Ghetto Boys, right?
Ghetto Boys, Screw, Pat.
Yeah.
Like you say, face. Like Drake Prince. So many people don't realize the history of Houston, so they think we just on the rock. Like we invented the whole culture as far as what everybody's going on.
Yeah.
The swinging, the drink, the screwed up sound. It's, you know how it is. Houston culture is here to stay. Where do you see your career in the next 3 years?
In the next 3 years, I would like to have released 3 EPs, and by my 3rd year, I want to have my first album out.
Okay, do you have a title just yet, or you still baking?
I'm actually done with done writing my first EP, and I expect to release that by end of October.
Do you have a name?
Yes, it's called Euphoric Nightmare.
Oh, dope. Oh, what the fuck? You gotta give me a little me inspiration, influence. What's that about? That's dope as shit.
So it's basically just, I'm telling a story about this last relationship that I was in, and it was super toxic, and I'm telling my story from the beginning. It's an 8-track EP. And basically it starts from, you know, the beginning of a relationship where, you know, you're feeling this type of way and, you know, you're really falling for that person, and then you start to see the toxic side of this person and yourself as well. And then, you know, finally getting to a point where you're over it, letting that person go, and then finding yourself at the end. So it's really just a journey. And that's just what I feel like at the time. Whenever I thought I was in love with someone that was so toxic, it was kind of just like a euphoric nightmare. That makes sense.
Wow, so I want to say previous relationship is the influence behind the project?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
I feel that. Do you feel like that you could ever forgive them for the situation and make a project that's more on the love side? Or is it just, that's how toxic the relationship was?
It was very toxic, but I was able to forgive said person, and that's how I was able to write this project.
Makes sense.
And I get really personal on it, and I was questioning if I should get that personal on my verse.
Right. What made you get personal and say fuck it, I'ma, you know, give people my life, what I really felt, shit, I'm going through toxic shit. What made you get on the more personal side with your music?
Yeah, no, totally. That's just my thing. It's just I wanted to be different, and I feel like right now especially like on the female and the female side of the hip hop game, and with on the gay side of the hip hop game, I feel like right now it's talking about a lot of scamming, robbing, you know, shaking ass, which is cool, which is fun. You know, I be in the club, you know, throwing ass every time, you know,
right.
comes on. But like I said earlier, I don't know nothing about that. You know, I never partook in that, so I'm not gonna rap about something that.
I feel that. Do you do a lot of collabs with other artists outside the label, or you just in house right now?
Right now I'm in house, so trying to, you know, get my name out there.
Cool.
But you know, I'm always gonna work with anyone. You know, whether it be a pop record, an R&B record, Latin trap, You know, I'm pretty versatile.
Do it all, do it all. I feel that. And shout out to Label again. Them always my homeless family, man.
Yes, yes.
TCBE.